How confident are you feeling ahead of this weekend?
I quite literally couldn't be any more confident. You know, this is what I do it for. This is game time, show time. I love this part. This is the fun part. The hard work is done, and I know how good I am. I know how sharp I am, and I'm feeling better than ever.
Do you think when there's a guy like Tyron and his level of experience, it's almost impossible for him to not overlook you, right? Because he's been a world champion, so he's going to assume he's got that experience to beat you. Do you think it's even possible for him to really know how good you could be?
Yeah, look, I think that's a big detriment to him. The fact that he's a bit delusional. I think genuinely, just like his friend Ben Askren thought, oh, this is just a YouTuber. He can't be that good. And that will be a part of his demise. This is the toughest fight that Woodley has ever had. And I mean that on my mom's life. And I hope he trained like that, but my guess is that he didn't.
You've shown up to a few UFC events recently. Have you thought about maybe inviting Dana White to this one?
You know, I don't think Dana would come, man. You know, we go back and forth at the end of the day. He's always talking about me. I'm always talking about him. He's trying to discredit what I'm doing. You know, one moment he loves Tyron Woodley and he's a 5-time UFC champion. Dana White saying he's the greatest welterweight ever. And then boom, 12 months later, he sucks. Jake Paul's fighting him, blah, blah, blah. You know, so he's just trying to discredit anything that I do. Which, of course, that's what I would do if I was in his position. He's a smart guy.
Where does that story end? Does that end with you fighting a UFC fighter who's currently on their roster?
I think it ends with me running into him in a club in Vegas and knocking him the fuck out.
Jake, when you started in boxing, where did you initially think your journey would go?
Not here. Not this fast. I think my original goal was to fight Conor McGregor, to fight a Floyd Mayweather, because I knew that I would have a big enough pay-per-view draw to do those things. And that was what sort of motivated me. But now it's like, hey, I want to become world champion. I want to fight and beat Canelo. So this has been a fast, quick roller coaster ride, but I didn't expect it to be here. I just knew that I loved fighting, and I knew that I was good at it.
What would you rather, Jake? Would you rather face somebody like a Floyd then, or a Conor McGregor, or a Canelo if ever an opportunity like that came up?
I think it'd be better, you know, face Canelo. You know, I think he's in his prime, and I seen what Yildirim, the Turkish warrior, did. He quits in the corner. That guy isn't nearly as athletic, as fast, as determined as I am, so why can't I go in there against Canelo?
Final one from me, obviously Tommy Fury on the card, a lot of talk about the pair of you if you'll ever meet. Will you be tuning in watching his fight?
You know, I think it'll be on in the locker room while I'm warming up before my fight. He's fighting my sparring partner. I think it's going to be a good fight. I'm excited to see his skill. I'm excited to see how he performs under pressure. He's never been at a stage like this. He's never been in the U.S., and he's got a tough fight ahead of him.
Hey Jake, that hit list that you put out, you had actually names like a Gervonta Davis. You put a nice tweet out there, you know, based off the playing thing, but is that a thing both of you guys pay-per-view, you know, Showtime fighters, or is that just kind of a little fun, you know, tongue-in-cheek?
You know, it could be a thing. It could be a thing. You know, who else is a big boxer out there that is becoming a household name, that is young, active, and can actually sell pay-per-views? So that's why I put his name on there. And I know I would beat him, right? You saw what my brother did to Floyd. Gervonta's no Floyd, and look at the size difference. So, you know, if Gervonta wanted that, he can get that any day of the week for sure. Anyone here listen to a Masvidal interview and go, wow, that guy's intellectual, and he's a smart guy, and the way he talks, he's very well spoken. I don't think anyone says that. He's a, you know, street fighter gangster who got knocked the fuck out in his last fight, so maybe he's losing a couple brain cells.
So what happened?
I would love to fight Masvidal. I think it could very, very much so happen.
Jake, so originally when you fought Ben Askren, he was all supportive and all stuff, and then you kind of just switched up and put some tweets kind of saying, all right, you know, well, why did you change? You went from like a supporter to like now kind of discrediting and picking against you. Like
Ben Askren?
Oh no, Masvidal. He was like kind of like, you know, he was rooting for, you know, he kind of had
Look, hoes will be hoes. Bitches will be bitches. If you want to switch up and act like that, one moment he's my friend, texting me saying, yo, let's train, yo, let's do a video together, yo, can you come to my bakery down the street, I want to do a little thing with you, and then, oh snap, all of a sudden he wants to switch up. Cool. That's not how I was raised, not here in Ohio. If I'm your friend, I'm your friend, but if he wants to switch up, Hose will be hose.
Where do you want Tyron to get his tattoo?
Oh, man. I think he's going to get it on the bottom of his foot, but we have a tattoo artist coming to the fight, so he has no excuses.
Who's the tattoo artist?
Tattoo Baby.
Tattoo Baby?
Yeah. So she's world famous, one of the best tattoo artists, so I'm excited because I'm gonna send her into his locker room after the fight.
Jake, I know you said Tyron's delusional. Do you think being at the top of the fight game period, you need to be delusional to a degree? Because people would hear you calling out Canelo and they'd call you delusional, right?
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. And I think I am definitely partially delusional with how confident I am in my ability. Confidence is different than, underestimating somebody. I saw that with Ben Askren. He underestimated me. He came in and wasn't prepared. And by the way, show me who your friends are, and I'll show you who you are. So Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley are hanging out. They're buddies. If Ben's an idiot, Tyron's an idiot. That's the way I look at it.